Because what the red ring does is it aggroes enemies onto you over anyone else. Which for co-op is quite useful. Because that means, you know, if you're helping someone out with a boss, that the boss will be aggroed onto you instead of onto the person you're helping. So it's really, really helpful in co-op. However, like I said, I'm probably not going to be doing much of that, because the only reason I would do that is mostly for grinding and or for practice. But whatever. Also, you can also do it to get humanity back real easily. Or revive the human, I suppose. Because being human in this game is kind of important if you want to summon anything. They actually still hit me. There we are. Those guys aren't too bad. Actually, my biggest concern here is this thing. Well, this guy's kind of a dick. Get my blood stain. Yeah, this guy's aggro pattern is weird. Like, I honestly think he should be way more aggressive than what he is being. I'm not sure if the game is bugged or something, but... I don't know, it just feels weird to me that he is not more aggressive. I unblocked for some reason at the wrong time. But whatever, you fight him, because I think he drops dragon bones. Which, I don't know if I'll even be using them, but they are used to reinforce specially made weapons. In other words, weapons that you make from the boss souls. Which is kind of why I want them, just in case I decide to use them. But at the same time, I have no idea if I'll even be using them. That guy just has nothing. So there's a few more things around here, I think. Not a lot more, but, you know, enough. Enough to warrant clearing out this area a little bit. Grabbing this. Barrow's Lockstone's always important. I think I've got like 6 or 7 of those by now. There's more than you'll ever need in the game, so... Smash all those. Now we drink out because we were careless. Yeah. Keep in mind, I'm wearing really good armor. Imagine how much damage those guys would do without my armor. Like, I'd probably be dead a few times over. And I got cursed. Not surprised. Because there's a curse fall under here. Now there's that guy down there. We're not going to touch him. That would be rude. There's also that thing over there. I am going to touch it. And it's dead. Drops a lot of Titanite stuff for me. Real good. Then we open this and we grab Dark Scythe, which I probably will never use. Alright, so there's this guy down here. So, fun fact, if you are wearing this little ring right here, you are allowed to talk to him.
Human, are we? This is no place for you. Be gone.
To my knowledge, I think he's the only one that this ring really works for in the game.
You're not afraid of me. Humans rarely come here. Those who do turn back when they see me. Or make an attempt on my life. But you are different. We once had a master. He created us long, long ago. But he was born with a fatal flaw. He resented those who had what he lacked and became fully mired in hatred. Eventually, he drove himself mad.
Sure he
It was
did.
at the peak of this madness that he conjured up we strange creatures. Our master was a tragically lonely soul. Eventually, his solitude eroded his very reason. In the end, he never understood what it was that he truly lacked.
You know what? Because I've played through this game like quite a few
Nobody knows
times,
when we were born.
I kind of understand what he's talking about a little bit more.
Master is gone. The only ones who even speak a human tongue are myself and my better half. I wish to ask a favor of you. I want you to kill my betrothed. Once, I always found her at my side. But as time went on, things went awry. She became violent, raging uncontrollably. Eventually, she came after me. We have been locked in combat ever since.
I'm sure you have.
We seem to be at a standstill. The wounds we exchange are never lethal. I was born of my master's madness. Perhaps this is some curse. I will be sure to assist you in return.
So yeah, you help him out with this, and he gives you a really nice ring.
The past is a distant fog. My name was Tark. That is all that I remember.
And that's his last line of dialogue, I
The
think.
past. My name was...
Yep. So that's basically Tark from Manscorpion. I'm gonna try to get his ring off him by doing his side quest. I did not roll. So yeah, I'm not sure why this one is gold. But whatever, he dies just the same as all the other ones. I'm sure there's some kind of lore there that probably fucked something up by doing that, but whatever. He attacked me first, the records show. So yeah, I can free him, but that would be kind of pointless as far as I'm concerned. So I don't really think there's anything in that area that I care for. So instead of doing that, I'm just going to go around the other way. And I'm just going to go and go towards the boss. And also I'm going to go free someone. Actually, I need to go around the other way. Crap. I could probably maybe make that jump if I am, you know, crazy enough, but I'm not feeling it. Much easier just to do this. Then roll through these because why not? And there's an item behind here. Nerveros Lockstone and extra souls for your troubles. And there is a further urn, but it's like up there and there's no way to get up there, so unless I feel like firebombing it, there's no point. Which is why I just ignore it and do this jump, break this one. Now I grab that chest. I never grabbed that item over there. Huh. That's something to do later. By later, I mean when I go and use the Fang key that I got earlier. Which should be soonish. So you'll notice there's totally a plank here. Goodbye. That could actually be a problem when I go down there later. Oh well. For now though, first things first, you roll here. Turn around. Walk onto him. Let him swing. Okay, so I need to hit him twice in an animation in order to kill these guys. So I need to hit him like at the very end of his swing and at the start of his next swing in order to get the 2 hit on those. Alright. I'll also Fragrant Branch this guy. Who is probably the last guy I will be Fragrant Branching maybe for the rest of the game. I don't think there's really anyone else I want to free. Granted, I think the game gives you fragrant branches to technically unpetrify everything, but some of them are kind of pointless. There's nothing back there. Whatever. So you break all these. Now you got a chest. And it's the Lion Mage set, which isn't very good at all, but it does offer one thing that most people probably don't know about unless they read the item descriptions. And the one thing that it does offer is quite nice, and that is improved casting speed, which is quite useful in most situations. Now, I need to remember I'm not wearing the Silver Cat ring right now, so any fall damage I take could potentially be fatal. And I don't like the look of that drop. I'm not sure if I can land on this section of wall or not. I can, actually. Interesting. Alright. Can't remember if there's anything else over here. That tree looks like it could totally come down. Totally won't, though. That'd be a nice shortcut. There's another hole here, though. So you won't fall down this one. And here we meet the guy who belongs to one of the toughest covenants in the game.
Look how far this undead has wandered. And a very fit undead you are. A bit too alive, but with a darkish shadow. Yet still prepared for a deeper dark. And like every undead, you have no future. Oh my, don't mind me. I'm just talking amongst myself. But if you find a need for a truer dark, then meet again. We shall.
So yeah.
The dark is still nascent within you. May the dark shine your way.
This guy offers a covenant. But it's a covenant you cannot join until you've met him 3 times. And because I did get that key from Black Gulch, I could beat him in Black Gulch now, but that would require me going back to Black Gulch, and I still can't beat him the 3rd time until I get Dranglake Castle unlocked, so me and him in Black Gulch right now would be somewhat pointless. Now, the weird thing with his covenant is once you join it, those strange pillar things that are near him become little mini dungeons. In order to raise your rank in the covenant, you have to beat those dungeons. That is the easiest one. The other 2 are pretty tough. Especially the Dranglake Castle one, because you basically have to fight a bunch of Havels. Like literally Havel the Knight from Dark Souls 1, more or less, is what you have to fight. It's not fun. So yeah, here's the trap part of that hole earlier. If you fell down it for whatever reason, you're punished with these for not being fleet of foot. So you want to stand outside the petrify zone. And by the way, all that yellow stuff is equipment breaking goo. You want to avoid that. Granted, I am pretty good at avoiding it, so I managed to do that pretty well. Your reward for that is Twinkling Titanite. And if you have the Fang Key, you also unlock this door, and good mother of God, what is this? Well, it's a flask shard, and another NPC. You don't need the ring to talk to her.
I owe you some form of thanks, but have nothing for you at the moment. If it would not trouble you, could you visit my abode just down the way? Thank you, kind traveler. I believe that I can be of assistance if you would visit me at my home.
So yeah, her home is in Brightstone Cove, Sildora, which is a couple areas away still. I might not even get to the Spider Queen. this episode. Or not the Spider Queen, but the next major boss. That is totally blocking the way. Just walk through some equipment breaking stuff, that's great. That won't have any negative effects on me. Well, it's fine, there's a bonfire right here, but that means I have to redo, like, all of those enemies again to get to the next boss, which is fantastic. Also, I'm going to want to revive the human for the next boss. Not for any particular reason, other than the fact that I kind of want to summon Iron Tarkus. Or not Iron Tarkus, but Manscorpion Tark. Or whatever his name is. So yeah, these two should be aggroed. These guys do have a free hit combo, but they almost never Did I get cursed? When and how? I could have swore that I just used the human effigy. Whatever. Can't be cursed for this. Who? You are a jerk. So the problem here with reviving that guy is that he respawns indefinitely. You still have to fight two of these things at once. Yeah, getting the free hit on these guys is kind of finicky sometimes. Especially if you miss that. Whatever. More Lion Warrior bullshit. It's all fine though, because this is the way to the boss, who is just up the hill. So yeah, for this boss fight, I'm going to want an actual ring that helps. Spell effects, spells, souls. I don't have a frost weapon. More poise might be useful. I don't have anything that protects, that gives extra magic defense, so Ring of Steel Protection it is, I guess. This boss can be quite a pain. Manscorpion Tark, okay. Like, I will summon NPCs because sometimes you need to do that for NPC side quests. I don't think you need to do it in the case of Manscorpion Tark, but I want to do it anyway. So let's enter the mist and fight ourselves the boss. So what you want to do is you want to get real close to her. And then roll away. Because she comes out of the ground. And she comes out swinging. So yeah, the nice thing about this is I think if you have Manscorpion Tark, she aggroes Tark. Or she just aggroes whoever. Because I need to drink. Come on, Tark. Help me out a little bit here. That is her dangerous move. So you want to be kind of behind her for this. Mostly because it's way safer than being in front of her. So now she's going to dig into the ground. There's not even that tree you can only get if she breaks this tree. You can kind of totally tell where she's going to end up based on the dust trail. So you want to pay attention to that dust trail. Okay, she broke the tree, which is kind of hard for the Garrett to do, because you have to get her to use that specific attack. And she's done. And that was all for a flame butterfly anyway, so that was kind of pointless. But if you want the item, that's what you have to do. So that's Scorpioness Najka. Now there's an optional area tied to this I'm probably going to skip over for now, but I will do later. Just to show it off. But it's like the trolliest area of the game. If you're treasure hunting anyway. If you're interested in PvP, it's quite an interesting area, but if you're only interested in the treasures it holds, then it's one of the trolliest areas of the game. Because it's more or less the area where you're going to get your chance to use like all 500 of those Pharaoh's Lockstones you found.